What's up, guys? Welcome back to SN Podcast, Season 2, Episode 4. Today we're going to be listing our top 3 favorite UFC fighters. I'm going to be starting out. We're going to go from our third to first. So, at third, I have the Style Bender, Israel.
Adesanya.
He stands at 6'4". His weight is 185, which is middleweight division. He's from New Zealand. He's 32 years old, and his record is 22-1-0. The reason why I have him at third is because he's kind of new to the UFC, but he is probably one of the best in it right now. But it's just exciting to watch and scary too. For 2, I have Sugar Sean O'Malley.
We're doing all 3 first?
Yeah, we're doing all 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
He stands at 5'11". His weight is around 135, which is the bantamweight. Is that how you say it?
Bantamweight.
Bantamweight. He's 27 years old, and he's 15-1-0. He's also somewhat new. He's going to have a huge come up. He's just another very exciting fighter to watch. He puts on a good show. And number 1, which is probably going to be a lot of people's favorite, is Conor McGregor. He stands around 5'8". His weight is 165, and he fought in featherweight and lightweight division.
And welterweight. He also fought in the welterweight. When he beat Cerrone and when he faced Nate Diaz twice.
That wasn't welterweight.
How much you want to bet?
I did my research, Dom.
How much you want to bet?
He's from Ireland. He's 33 years old, and his record is 22-6-0. Conor McGregor, he's the face of the game. He basically made UFC where it is now. There would be no UFC without Conor. He's the best of the best. In his prime, there was nobody beating him. All right, Dom, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
So, at number 3, I have pound for pound the number 1 fighter in the UFC right now, Kamaru Usman. He holds a career record of 21-0, so he's only lost 1 time, and it was not in the UFC. He has never lost in the UFC, like I just mentioned, and has beat Covington twice. He beat Masvidal twice. He's ran through the whole division twice of the welterweight division. That's why I think that soon he'll probably retire, because he has nothing else left to achieve except what he's already done. I mean, he's ran through the division twice. I mean, there's really nothing else he can do.
Do you
He's
think
a great
he'll
wrestler.
go to boxing?
I don't know. I mean, I think that he thinks he's like Conor McGregor money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's
so
not, though.
but he's not.
He's not there yet.
He'll be there. He's very popular. Probably the boxing match, like, if he would do it, he has to face someone, like, good. He has to face, like... Because Mayweather-McGregor was just so perfect. Like, everything fit for Conor McGregor versus
And
Floyd
both of
Mayweather.
them were, like, top tier, like...
Top at their... Like, not at their primes, because Mayweather was old.
No, I wouldn't say prime, but, like...
Conor was in his prime. Mayweather was, like, a little bit out of his prime, but he was still really good.
But that was, like, what everyone wanted.
Everyone wanted to see that for years.
Yeah.
And when we got it, it was probably the number 1 sold event ever for any professional fighting, to be honest. But no, Kamaru Usman, great fighter. Pound for pound, the number 1 rated fighter in the world right now in the UFC. But he will be taking a little time off with hand surgery, so that will probably give us an IC welterweight title.
Yeah, after I went through him.
Probably will give us an interim champion in the welterweight division. I think it's going to be Colby Covington, but we'll see. At number 2, I have Conor McGregor. He's always been my favorite fighter ever since he came into the UFC and beat Dustin Poirier the first time. He changed the UFC. He legitimately changed the sport. Like, when you refer to changing sports, you think of Conor McGregor, Muhammad Ali,
Michael Jordan,
LeBron, people like that. They literally he changed the UFC forever. He is the most well-known fighter of all time. And for 3 years, he had probably the greatest prime ever. He's the first 2 division champ, even though we've seen more of him today. He is the first 2-division champ. He's the first one to hold knockouts at 3 weight classes. He holds knockouts at welterweight, he holds knockouts at lightweight, and he holds knockouts at featherweight, including 2 knockouts in title fights, which is incredible.
I was gonna say he changed the look at all
He
UFC.
changed the UFC fighters forever. Like everyone
and
is-
how people watch it.
like how people watch it, the interest in it. Hands down, he's the reason that the ESPN bought the UFC for $1 billion back in, I think it was 2019 or 20, something like that.
I think it was 18.
Yeah, something like that. Colby Covington is at number 1 for me. Colby Covington is the number 1 welterweight contender right behind Kamaru Usman. He has 3 losses in the UFC, 2 to Kamaru Usman, but he just beat Jorge Masvidal, and he has wins over Rafael dos Anjos. He has wins over Masvidal. He has wins over Damian Maia. All these guys are legit. He beat them. He's 17-3. And his recent destruction over Jorge Masvidal probably will give him another title shot. Probably going to give him the IC belt since Kamaru Usman is taking time off for his hand injury. But when that fight comes back, that's going to be a crazy fight. Colby versus Usman 3. That'll be nuts.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that one.
He makes fights interesting because of his trash talk. He's like a Conor McGregor trash talker, a little bit worse. Conor McGregor's probably the best trash talker of all time.
Ever. In any sport.
Any sport ever.
Even when he like busted his leg.
Yeah, he was still talking trash on the
shit
ground.
on the ground.
Yeah, no, he's a really good fighter, legit, but
Little snake in the grass.
yeah.
Like a little snake in the grass.
Yeah, Connor's a funny guy. But going
Who
back
the
to it.
fuck is that? Who the fuck is that guy?
No, Colby Covington is my favorite fighter right now in the UFC. But on to Sam.
All right, for my number 3.
FYI, it's going to be a lot of repeating.
Yes, it will. Sure will. For number 3, Dom pretty much explained the whole thing for Colby Covington.
Where does he fight out of?
What do you mean, where's he fight out of?
Where does he train?
I'm not his trainer.
Miami.
This is Miami.
My bad.
We should know that.
Continue.
Am I his trainer?
Continue.
Yeah, but Dom pretty much explained it all. Very fun to watch.
So, who were his last 2 fights?
You know the last one, Dom just said it.
He just fought recently.
He literally just fought last Saturday, or like 2 Saturdays ago.
Was it that?
Masvidal.
Okay, then before that, who was it? It was a loss. He's only lost 3 fights.
He just said it.
Was it
the same dude?
No.
Yeah, Usman.
Usman.
Yeah, yeah.
And he lost to Usman before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, besides that,
What'd you say?
I don't know. Dom really said it all.
Yeah, true.
Dom really
He's a good wrestler.
named everything in the book.
Pretty good wrestler.
Yeah.
All right. For number 2, I got McGregor. Very fun to watch. Again, I love the smack talk.
I love it,
just
too.
it just makes UFC so much better.
Yep. And he's good at it.
Yeah. Who was it when he was like actually like talking smack while fighting? Like you could hear it like over
Oh,
TV.
Chad Mendez.
He was
Chad
like
Mendez.
screaming it.
Yeah, but also he was talking. He got like when Khabib beat him, like he was like Khabib was on the ground like mauling him. Like he was like had like half mount or whatever, and he was like hitting him. And he was like, "Let's talk now, let's talk now." And he was beating out Connor. It was crazy, craziest night ever, craziest UFC event I've ever watched. 100%.
That is sweet.
Have you ever been to UFC?
No,
I want to go soon.
Yeah, I want to go so bad.
me too. I want to go to like I want to go when it's like in Vegas. Like I think that'd be fun.
Aren't they all mainly in Vegas?
Yeah, so
Those are
New
like
York,
main.
Madison Square Garden, and
Oh,
then
that's
and then Florida. They do them in Florida, and then
But Vegas is like.
there's
the
been a
main.
couple in Texas. No, but go on about your number 2. I'm sorry.
Number 1.
I'm on number 2. 22-6-0, as McGregor stands right now. But in the UFC, he's 10-4-0. I don't get that.
What do you
Because
mean?
you can have an MMA career outside of the UFC.
So,
can
And
fight
then they
about-
just combined them.
Yeah, you could fight in Bellator.
Yeah.
You fight in Bellator.
it's
you
like the
fight-
NFL isn't football, it's just an entertainment of football. You know what I mean?
What?
Like UFC is not.
That means
It's just an entertainment. Like MMA is a sport.
No.
UFC is just when it's a league. It's a league.
It's a league. Yeah, that's a better word. It's not entertainment. It's a
Yeah,
league.
that's what it is. Entertainment. It's just money.
They're
So it's
still
like
fighting.
a partial of
So
that.
MMA is a sport. So you could fight outside of UFC and still be a professional
like
fighter.
Bellator, like they have Bellator, multiple like other leagues, I guess if that's what you want to call it, where you could fight, and that goes against your
Yeah.
professional record, and that goes into UFC.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue.
8 of the times he won, all straight knockouts out of the what is it? 22.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 22, 8 straight knockouts, or not 8 straight. I think it was 7 straight.
Yeah, 7
My
straight.
favorite-
8
7 straight.
knockouts.
8 was in the beginning.
Cowboy was, bro. That was so sweet.
Cowboy. he
I
just-
waited at beat ups for probably 3 hours, and then he knocked him out in 40 seconds.
Yeah. I was watching it on my phone.
That's
and
so
I was
sweet, though.
And I was like, oh my god, he's mauling it. He's-
Cowboy's a good guy too. He's like
a
a
good guy.
family guy. Doesn't talk. He just
That was
fights.
the only guy. Him and Eddie Alvarez are the only 2 guys that ever touched gloves.
And Connor
with
did have
McGregor.
respect with.
Yeah, 100%.
Connor had respect with him.
But go
All right,
ahead.
who's your number
Who's
one?
your number one?
All right, on to number 1, I got Sean O'Malley.
Now
Very-
where does he fight out
Very
of?
great.
Where does he train?
California.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Uh,
continue, Sam.
Sean, just very, very fun to watch. I don't know. I just like his fighting style.
So his one loss, what happened in that fight that like made him lose the fight? Like it was a big factor, like the reason he lost.
Oh, didn't. I was just reading about it the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
It was his ankle or leg, right?
Yeah, it was his ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
He got kicked and it went.
No, he kicked them. No, it was a check, I think. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he got kicked.
Maybe.
And it went weak, went sideways on him. Yeah.
What's his professional record?
He is 15-1-0.
Yeah. He's a really good fighter, really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, 15-1-0. He started 2013.
That's young. He's
That-
young.
Mm-hmm.
He's like in his 20s.
He's 27.
20.
Yeah, so 2013, 8
Which
years
isn't
ago.
really
19
young in the
years old.
UFC, but
Damn.
young. He's pretty
19.
old to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because fighters, you can't really like Tom Brady. He's, you could have a long stretch with that, like football, but UFC
Yeah.
you can't really.
Yeah,
27 is
football-
kind of old to.
Yeah,
be new
UFC
at.
isn't a sport where you're durable forever.
No.
Kind of takes a toll.
I mean, you could have one fight and be done.
yeah.
So do you think when he was like 19, he was fighting like older?
I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure he was.
He
An
was
amateur.
probably a fighter his whole life. You know?
Yeah,
People in the
100%.
UFC are always
100%.
either looking for a fight or knew they could fight.
Yeah.
From a young age.
No, but I mean, he has the height. He has the size. He'll probably be in the welterweight. Welterweight. He'll probably be in the bantamweight rankings soon. I hope he gets a title fight. I want to see him fight for a title soon. I
He
mean,
will.
he's 27.
He will.
I'm sure he will.
One
He's
of the reasons
entertaining.
is
A
'cause-
lot of
yes.
people love him.
I was just
Just
gonna say
family,
one of
too.
the reasons why he will is because he's
He's like
very
He's
entertaining.
like Conor McGregor. Like Conor
He
McGregor can
dribbled.
suck.
He dribbled in the fight.
Yeah.
He dribbled. He did like between the
Oh,
legs.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Jocked him in the jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after he.
Yeah.
No, but he has a fight coming up. But that's really it. I mean, do you guys have anything else?
He loves smoking too.
He's
Oh,
a big.
he's a
weed
big
smoker.
If you follow him on Instagram, that's all he posts.
6'9".
Yeah, I haven't seen 6ix9ine in a minute because
Really?
he was
Yeah.
hanging out with Steve.
But
every,
We
Yeah.
will get an episode out to you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening.